Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, and I'm back with another Star Wars figure review. And today I have another 6-inch scale Black Series figure. This is the man, the Dark Lord of the Sith, the Emperor Palpatine. And this is a great figure, and I'm not just saying that. I really think this is a really well done figure. We'll give you a closer look in a moment. First, let me give you a quick look at the packaging. Just real quick, we go down here and you have their basic bubble where the figure would be. You have the little profile image. And we go down here, Star Wars, the Black Series. And this is figure number 11, Emperor Palpatine. And we see now we get different languages for this name. It seems like every wave, every couple of figures, we get little variations on the packaging. And we get the Hasbro logo. And on the back, you know, Star Wars, Hasbro logo, Disney logos, all that stuff. Very cool, black and white, iconic image of the Emperor. Just very, very neat. And again, the Star Wars logo. And again, it's figure number 11, Emperor Palpatine, in the different languages. So that's it for the packaging. Onto the main reason here is the figure. And this is just really well done. It's a fairly basic figure. There's no real paint detail or sculpting detail. You know, there's sculpting that's really well done, but it's just he's just an all black figure. So there's no different paint apps or color variations. And he's just all black. You know, the inner robes are plastic, and they're a flexible plastic, not too rigid. And of course the outer robe and hood is a cloth robe. You know, and this one is really well done. The hood sits very nicely on his head, something we've struggled with Hasbro, with getting these cloth robes done right, with the 3 3/4 scale. And seeing this well done makes me wish we'd gotten robes like this with the other Jedi and Sith figures. I know there are guys on eBay that have custom robes, but well, at least it's a step in the right direction. Maybe future characters like this will start to get some cloth robes. So I think that's very cool. And I'll just show you here. Just open up the robe just a little bit. See, it's all, you know, it's sculpted nicely. There's no huge amounts of detail. It's all black again, like I said. Just to give you an idea. And again, I'll show you. This is it's a flexible plastic, so it'll move, but it's just to see underneath. Again, just all black pants, black boots. There's everything. There's no other color details. The only other thing that isn't black is, of course, his hands and his head. Now we'll take the robe down and give you a look at the facial sculpt, which is really great. Just that it's very original trilogy, very Return of the Jedi. We got all the wrinkles and the deformity on this face, and the hair is really well sculpted. Looks real nice. You can see that, like, the red circles around the eyes, and just very well done. Hands look good, they match. And the skin tone is well done, matches the face. Now let's put that hood back down. And just looking at this, it just makes me think of Return of the Jedi, and one of the strongest parts of that movie is Ian McDiarmid and his amazing performance. I mean, he's an incredible actor. It's also one of the strongest things about the prequel trilogy. I know there's so many people love to hate about that. I'm not going to go into that. But his performance, especially in Episode 3, is really, really strong. You cannot deny that. That's one thing you can't take away from, you know. I felt very privileged. A couple years ago, he was at New York Comic Con, and I was able to meet him. And it was great to meet this wonderful, classically trained English actor that played this part. You know, you could just hear his line, just looking at it, things like, you know, as you can see, my young apprentice, your friends on the Centauri moon have failed, as is your rebel fleet. It was I who allowed the Rebel Alliance to learn this location of the shield generator. It is quite safe from your pitiful little band here. Then Luke's like, your overconfidence is your weakness. Your faith in your friends is yours. You know, he delivers those lines so well. Little things. I love that the hands are sculpted. Well, obviously this one is sculpted to hold his cane. I love the way this one, he's got that one finger pointing, that gesture. It's something he does a lot in that movie. It's a perfect way that they have him gesturing like that. It's really well done. This, you can see the one accessory he does have is his cane. Again, it's all of black plastic, but it's sculpted really nice, and it should be all black. I don't believe there is any other color on the cane, so it looks really well done. It's one thing I want to point out that the Forces where Jesse made this comparison, the one fault is that is the only accessory he has is the cane. And it maybe would have been great if we'd got like some swappable hands with some blue plastic, like blue lightning, so we could, because obviously we see him do that to Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi. That would have been great. That would have been a nice little piece to add on there, but you know, we didn't get that. I'm happy with just the cane, but it would have been nice to have that option, that extra thing. Who knows, maybe we'll get some extra Palpatine, maybe in a later, like a deluxe version later on, and do some sort of box set. There might be some other lightning pieces from other figures that maybe that can be used. I don't know, but it would have been nice to have that. The other thing is, obviously we see him sitting on that throne in the Death Star, and with this being a plastic robe and not a cloth robe, there's no way you can get him in a seated position. So if they were to put him out with a throne, or again make some sort of box set with a throne, they'd have to redo the figure, or at least this part of the figure, because you wouldn't be able to get a seated position like that. So that's another thing. It's kind of a missed opportunity by Hasbro. But other than that, I think it's a great figure, and I'm really happy that it's very original trilogy. It's very another key character that you need if you're going to get those. If you're sticking with the original trilogy figures, the original trilogy characters. And articulation is really good on this figure. I'll pull back the hood so we can show. Now you have, again, ball joint and the hinge, so you got left and right. Doesn't look up to, that's as far as you can get, but you can get him to look down a little bit, and that's really good. That really adds to the poses you'll get on him. Arms are on a nice ball joint, so they go up and down, forward, back. You have hinge joints on the elbow, and they swivel at the elbow, and you have swivel and hinge joints on the wrist. They're very tight on mine, but they are there. So that's good. Then we have the torso is a ball joint, and you got great forward and back movement, and really rocks around, so you get some great movement there. And then I'll try and show you the legs. Again, hindered somewhat by the plastic robes. He can move his legs forward and back. You can get the legs go out pretty far, and we got double jointed knees, which are again very tight, and hinge joints at the ankles, and you do have the rocker joints, so the articulation is there. At this point in his career, you know, the original trilogy, you know, Return of the Jedi, you're not going to be doing such dynamic poses with this guy. He's going to be sitting or just kind of standing there, gesturing at Luke or Vader. you know, but if you wanted to do some flips or lightsaber battles, if you could find a lightsaber that would fit his scale, if you wanted to do something like that, the articulation is there for something like that. And I'm sure, you know, maybe at some point we'll get a prequel era Palpatine. It's possible, as long as the Black Series keeps going on. So the sculpt is there. So, you know, just got to redress him a little bit, a couple of little extra accessories. So it's the figure itself. It's great. Like I said, the one thing is that the lack of accessories. It would be nice if he had some more accessories. But the overall, the facial sculpt is wonderful. The articulation is great. The sculpt on the robes, the outer robes with the cloth just sits really nice. You can see, you can sort of, I've been sort of moving this around and posing it. You can get really cover his face and one side or both. You can push it back a little bit, however you want to pose it. You got all kinds of things that you could do with this guy. It's a really wonderfully done figure, and again, very essential for certain scenes. You want to do a Return of the Jedi scene with Luke and Vader in front doing the duel. This is a figure I would definitely recommend if you're like your Sith characters, you like your evil characters. Certainly, I would say pick up this guy. So there you go. There's my review. 6-inch scale Black Series Emperor Palpatine. You know, as usual, comment, rate, subscribe. And until my next video, so long, and may the Force be with you.